Listen closely, because what you are feeling right now matters more than you think. There is a battle taking place. Not out there in the world, not in the economy, not in other people, but within you, a quiet battle, an invisible war, a battle between doubt and belief, between fear and courage, between the person you are and the person you are meant to become. And make no mistake, this battle is real. There are days when your mind feels heavy, when your thoughts turn against you, when your confidence fades, when your vision becomes unclear. You question yourself. You question your decisions. You question your future. And sometimes you question whether it is even worth continuing. But listen carefully. That voice of doubt, that voice of fear, that voice that tells you to stop, it is not the truth. It is resistance. Every great life, every meaningful achievement is born from a battle like this. No one escapes it. No one rises without facing it, because the mind is both the battlefield and the weapon. You must understand this principle. Your thoughts are not random. They are powerful forces. They shape your decisions. They influence your actions. They determine your results. And if left unchecked, they will work against you. That is why this battle matters. Because if you win in your mind, you win in your life. Now let me ask you something. What have you been telling yourself lately? Be honest. Have you been saying, "It's too late for me. I'm not strong enough. I've already failed too many times"? If so, then you are feeding the wrong side of the battle. Here is your first mindset shift. Your mind believes what you repeat, not what is true, not what is possible, but what is repeated. So if you repeat doubt, you strengthen doubt. If you repeat fear, you strengthen fear. But if you repeat belief, you strengthen belief. This is not theory. This is law. So starting today, you must take control of your inner dialogue. You must become the commander of your thoughts. Here is a simple but powerful exercise. Each morning, before the world speaks to you, speak to yourself. Stand tall, breathe deeply, and say, "I am in control of my thoughts. I am stronger than my doubts. I am capable of achieving my purpose." Say it with conviction, even if you don't fully believe it yet, because belief is built through repetition. Now listen carefully. The battle in your mind is hard for a reason, because you are not ordinary. Ordinary people do not feel this level of internal conflict. They settle, they accept, they drift, but you feel the tension. You feel the pull towards something greater. And that is why the battle is intense. Because greatness demands growth, and growth demands resistance. Let me tell you a story. There was a man in his early 50s. He had worked his entire life building stability, a career, a routine, a predictable future. But deep down, he felt unfulfilled. There was something more he wanted, a dream he had buried years ago. Every day, his mind argued with him. Stay where you are. It's too risky. You're too old to start again. And for years he listened, but one day he made a decision, not a loud decision, not a public one, a quiet one. He said, "I will not let fear decide my future." That was the moment the battle began to change. He didn't suddenly feel confident. He didn't suddenly have all the answers. But he took one step, then another, and with each step, something powerful happened. His belief grew, his fear weakened, his clarity increased. Years later, he built a life that aligned with his purpose, not because it was easy, but because he won the battle in his mind. And you can do the same. Now here is your second mindset shift. You do not need to feel ready. You need to act anyway. Read that again. Because waiting to feel ready is one of the greatest traps in life. You will never feel completely ready. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be doubt. But action creates clarity. Action builds confidence. Action shifts the battle in your favor. So take action, even when it is uncomfortable, especially when it is uncomfortable. Discipline is your weapon. It keeps you moving when your emotions try to stop you, because your emotions are temporary. They rise and they fall. But your discipline, that is what carries you forward. Build simple habits, not perfect ones, not complicated ones. consistent ones. Each day, do something that moves you forward, no matter how small, because small actions, repeated consistently, create massive results. Now, let us talk about faith. Not blind faith, but chosen faith. Faith is a decision to believe in something you cannot yet see, to trust that your effort has meaning, to trust that your path has purpose. And that kind of faith is built through persistence. Every time you continue, you strengthen your faith. Every time you refuse to quit, you strengthen your identity. You begin to see yourself differently, not as someone who struggles, but as someone who persists. And that identity changes everything. Now here is your third mindset shift. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. This is powerful because it means you are not trapped. When a negative thought appears, you do not have to accept it. You can question it. You can replace it. You can reject it. So when your mind says, I can't do this, you respond, I am learning how. When your mind says, it's too late, you respond, my experience is my advantage. When your mind says, what if I fail? You respond, what if I succeed? This is how you win the battle, not by eliminating negative thoughts, but by refusing to be controlled by them. Now imagine this. A year from now, you look back at this moment. You remember the doubt, the hesitation, the internal struggle, and you smile because you did not give in, because you stayed in the fight, because you chose growth over comfort. That moment is waiting for you, but it requires one thing, your decision, a decision to continue, a decision to believe, a decision to act. Make that decision now, because the battle in your mind is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of transformation. It means you are changing. It means you are growing. It means you are becoming. And yes, it is hard. It is uncomfortable. It is exhausting at times. But your victory will be beautiful. It will be worth the struggle. It will be worth the effort. It will be worth every moment you refuse to quit, because you will not just achieve success. You will become someone stronger, someone wiser, someone unshakable. And that is the greatest victory of all. So stand firm, stay focused, keep moving, and remember, the battle in your mind is hard, but your victory will be beautiful. Powerful end screen message. Right now, you are standing in a moment that matters, a quiet moment, a defining moment. You can return to doubt, return to hesitation, return to old patterns, or you can rise. You can take control of your mind. You can choose belief over fear, because your life is shaped by what you do after this moment. Do not wait for confidence. Build it. Do not wait for clarity. Create it. Do not wait for the perfect time. Act now. You have everything you need right now inside you. So take one step, then another, and keep going, because your future is not written by chance. It is written by choice. This is your moment. Own it. If this message spoke to you today, if it reminded you of the strength that still lives inside you, take a moment to support this mission of spreading wisdom and motivation. Please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this message today. Your support helps this message reach more people who are ready to change their lives.